You were not put on this earth to have babies. You were not put on this earth to be a mother. Okay? You happen to be able to have babies, and you happen to be able to be a mother. But that is not your primary reason for existing, right? I mean, if it was, why are you not like any other animal? Why do you have a brain that does so many things, that gives you so many thoughts, that makes you have so much creativity? You need to think about that, right? Because we're different. We're not farm animals. We're not just like chickens and cows and meant to be bred, right? If so, women would not be the way they are, thinking creatures, right? So I think it's very important to ask this question of yourself very early in life, you know, and not just be caught up in trying to achieve the basest of goals, which is reproduction. I mean, and I'm saying this as a mom of children that I adore, and that it has been very fulfilling having and raising children, okay? But that's just a fraction of who I am, you know? And I have a much greater purpose in the world than only being a mother. And I think that that's really the case for everyone. I actually think in some ways you could be a very bad mother if you're only focused, and not a bad mother, but a bad mother, and even a bad person, if your entire focus is just another, you know, your children's lives. You know, children grow up to be adults who are independent and do their own things and pursue their own purposes. So it's really strange to make your entire life about other people who grow up. You know, you will prevent them from growing up and being independent if they are your outlet, your total outlet. You know, at some point you want to raise children to not need you so much, you know, maybe not need you at all. So that is going to be harder to do if that's your entire life, right? So, and I really don't believe that that is ultimately as fulfilling as pursuing what your own, you know, having your own creative pursuits. And I think that's what it is. You have to ask yourself what it is that fulfills you. Why are you here on earth? And that takes some meditation, some thinking, some exploring. That takes education and doing things, okay? Trying different things. That's why you have this big brain, okay? So I hope you spend time thinking about that and pursuing your passions.